Abraham, Abraham, however you choose to call him. He's the father of faith, a friend of God, a man from whom three major religions originate from. You talk about Christianity, you talk about Abraham, the father of faith. You talk about Islam, Abraham, the father of faith. You talk about Judaism, Abraham, the father of faith. And so many times when we think of Abraham, think of a great guy. And to be honest, I think he was a great guy. But what made him great? Who made him great? You see, one of the most common things when we hear about Abraham, apart from his faith, is his great acts of faith. We see him being called by God, obeying God, following God, trusting that God is going to fulfill his promises to him of a child. He takes this child, when the child is born, God tells him, and he's like, you offer this son of yours to me. And he just does it. So when we often speak about Abraham, we tend to focus more on how great Abraham was and how good he was. And sometimes we could be tempted to think that actually Abraham won favor with God because of what he was able to do. Man, he was ready to offer his son. He was ready to kill his own son so that he can obey God. And at old age, where you know, you're not going to have any other son, but far from the truth, Abraham was not a perfect guy. He was not perfect at all. And we see this in the book of Genesis. In the book of Genesis, chapter 11 and 12, towards the end of 11 and the beginning of 12, we see the call of Abraham. And God calls him and tells him, go to a land I'll show you, I'll make you a great nation. And you see Abraham obeying that. You wonder, were there other people in his time that God could have called? What did Abraham do so that God can call him and give him these big promises? And the answer is nothing. God did not call Abraham because he was very righteous. Definitely he was not. God did not call Abraham because this guy Abraham was a holy guy. No, he didn't. Far from the truth, he didn't call him for that reason. But we see him calling him among a nation, a people where he was living with, but nothing of himself. He does not call Abraham because Abraham is good. As a matter of fact, before then, they, meaning Abraham and his family, were not a worshipper of the true God. They never worshipped God.